So I was having a bit of a melancholy day yesterday. Well, really most of the day. It's been, 2 weeks now since we've been it's stay at home, shelter at home, and it feels like it just feels like it's been forever. And the weight of things, the weight of this sort of anticipation, this waiting for lives to begin again, is starting to weigh on me, and I'm sure many of you know exactly what I'm talking about. But something did come across my path yesterday that really made me happy. It filled me up with a little bit of hope and a little bit of gratitude. Now, I didn't report on it right away because, well, for one, the news spread quickly. It went around very fast, and I don't think anybody's really waiting for me to speak on the topic. And two, because of, the aforementioned melancholy. Anyway, Disney execs are taking a pay cut, a pretty major pay cut. Bob Chapek is taking a 50% pay cut, and Bob Iger, 100%. Now, I don't know if that 100% number is, he made $48 million or something like that last year. I don't think this number includes all of that. That's because there's the salary, and then there's the stock options and that kind of thing, bonuses or whatever. So I'm not sure what all qualifies, but whatever that number is, 100% of whatever it is that Bob Iger earned is significant. It's a lot. VPs are taking a 20% cut, senior VPs a 25% cut, and executive vice presidents are taking 30%. And for Chapek, that's $1.25 million that he is just giving back to Disneyland. Now, the statement doesn't say whether or not those monies are being directed at anything specific, let's say cast member salaries. And while that is definitely a very worthwhile cause, a very important cause, that's where it goes, be that cast members or otherwise, isn't really what's important. Like you guys, I definitely have a deep love for cast members and everything they do, but we have to remember that Disney is a very big company and it has a lot of interest, and all of Disney's interests are suffering right now. They're not making any movies. Production has completely stopped. They're not, because movie theaters are closed. You can't even show a movie, so they're not earning any revenue right now in film. All the parks are closed. All the gift shop or the Disney stores are closed. The Disney cruise lines are closed. They're hurting in a lot of different areas, and every single one of those divisions have employees who are, in need, that they have to pay, they have to take care of. So again, like I said, what really matters is that they did this, that no matter who gets it, that they did this, and it just filled me up a little bit to know that these executives put the interests of the Disney company ahead of their own financial interests. Now, I know that Disney as a company is going to survive this, because their brand is so strong that whenever this comes back, people will come back. But whatever measures they take to sort of ride this out, the most important thing is that it doesn't cost, or it doesn't come at the expense of those people who can't afford to pay that cost, or whose livelihoods depend on the success of the Disney company. It's often said that in times of crisis, the American way is to pull up your bootstraps, work a little harder, fight, dig, grind it out, and that's definitely a worthwhile position to take. And it makes me happy again to see that the Disney execs are setting the example for that. They are putting others ahead of them, and they are doing their own. They are tightening their own bootstraps, as it were. What really got me going, what really made me want to make this video, wasn't that they did this, although again, I'm very proud, very happy that they did this. It was the backlash. There was actual backlash against the Disney company for doing this. They made this announcement. Well, actually, I take that back. This wasn't even a public or a formally announced move. If I'm not mistaken, this was an email sent to Disney personnel that was leaked. Now, you can make whatever conspiracy theory you want about that, but I'm just saying it wasn't a formal public release or public statement that I'm aware of. I digress. Just go on Twitter and search Bob Iger or whatever, and you can find all kinds of terrible things that people are saying about the Disney company, and it just made my blood boil, you know? It just made me so, it got me so riled up, because what would you have them do to the people who are saying these things? Now, again, mind you, the people who watch this show, the people who love Disney that you know you and I are familiar with, we're probably not saying any of these things. But there is a mindset out there of people who are anti-Disney, and what would you have them do? There's a lot of things they could have done. They could have done nothing. They could have done nothing at all. They could have made us pay for it. They could have raised prices for movie theaters, or, well, they don't own the theaters, but they could have you know, pushed this cost onto us in any measure or any means possible. They could even wait for a government bailout, which there's already a stimulus package on the way for that, and I'm sure Disney is going to be able to take advantage of some of that. Now, they could have done all those things, and they may very well still do those things, but they also did this, that they did when they didn't have to. Now is the time to shed light on these kinds of positive things that people are doing, disregarding any of whatever political agenda you might have. This is the time to ditch political agendas. And I'm speaking to both sides right now, because I'm over it. I am so tired of listening to people complain and point fingers and blame on both sides. I'm so over it. I just want people to act and do what's right, because what else matters at this point? What else matters than to do what's right? I saw yesterday the MyPillow guy was up at in Washington making a statement, and there were people all over Twitter complaining about the MyPillow guy and why is he there. Well, I'll tell you why he's there. Because he's going to retrofit his factory that makes pillows and start making surgical masks. What? You know what? What's the word I'm looking for? A friend or foe, left or right, it doesn't matter. He's doing what's right. He's doing the right thing when the right thing needs doing. And that's the only thing that should matter right now. So, thank you, MyPillow guy. Thank you to Brooks Brothers, who I heard are doing the same thing. And thank you to anybody else who's stepping up and not just talking or complaining or yelling on Twitter or making, snide remarks about anybody's agenda. Thank you to Disney. Thank you, Disney execs, for doing what it is that you can do. Now, there's not a lot that Disney can do. They can, it's not like World War II, where when they couldn't make animated films, they started making, war films. Not propaganda, but well, I guess some of it kind of was, but films to help the cause here in the States, for people at home and abroad, to give them hope or whatever, or to teach them how to support the war effort, that kind of thing. Disney can't do that today. Maybe they could. I don't know. Maybe Mickey and Donald could teach us all how to keep our social distance, but I digress. Whether or not it's a lot or a little, because I read somebody said on Twitter, that's not enough. It's not enough, he said. It's not enough that Zuckerberg and Bill Gates and the third person whose name I can't remember ponied up $25 million for to work on the coronavirus thing. $25 million, not enough, they said. That's X percent of their total net worth. What? I think somebody said that's like $5 to you and me. Maybe so. That might be so. But my $5 isn't $25 million. I could give the CDC $5, the same percentage of my worth, or the World Health Organization. I cannot speak. I could do that, but it's not as meaningful. It's not as meaningful as 25 frickin' million. So be thankful. And the reason why that I am kind of passionate about this is that it's more than any of us can do. It's certainly more than I can do. And actually, this kind of brings me to the point the main thing, the main message that I want to talk about now, or in this video, is that, as I said, that this is definitely more than any of us could have done, I think, or not. I don't know. That's kind of the question I would like to. What can we do? I want to do something like that. I want to be able to give back $1.25 million of my salary. I want to be able to give all of my salary. I want to be able to donate $500,000 to a coronavirus relief fund like Iger did today, I think. I'm not sure which cause it was specifically or exactly, but I saw that float across my Twitter also. What can I do? I want to do something like that. I don't have the expendable income. I can't give my income away. I can't. All of my dude, Fresh Baked is not doing great. I still have my job, thank God, but that could happen. That could flip at any minute. So I'm legitimately worried about things. I'm legitimately worried. So I can't do anything like that. But what can I do? I want to do something. I want to do something, and I'm asking you, literally. I'm literally asking you, because I don't have the creative mind for this kind of thing. I'm asking you, what can I do? What can we do as individuals to do more? I don't want my input on this. I don't want my part in this cause to be simply to stay at home and not spread the disease or the virus. I don't want that to be the limit. I don't want it to be all you got to do is stay home. I want to be able to go out and do something to help while also keeping my family safe. I don't know how tell me. Tell me. I want to know. I want to know what I can do, be that little or small. Anyway, I guess that's all I have for now. Fresh Baked, know that I love you guys very much. I miss you guys. I miss Disneyland. I miss making the kinds of videos that make you happy, and hopefully we can find some other way of doing that for you. It's hard. It's really hard out here because I'm feeling a lot of this. I'm feeling a lot of the weight of all this. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm still a happy guy. I'm still, we're doing fine, we're well, we're all healthy, bills are paid and everything like that. I'm not in any jeopardy today. It's just the sadness and the melancholy that I feel is for everybody else out there who are hurting. Anyway, like I said, I miss you guys. I miss Fresh Baked. Know that my heart is sincerely with you all, and that I hope you're all well, and that I hope you're all getting by, even though it just seems like it's going to be like this forever. And it's a scary thought. Looking for ideas, looking for input on what it is that I can do for you, or that I can do to help the cause, that I can do just to help mankind and humanity. I want to do something for you guys. I really want to do something really bad, instead of looking out my window every day wondering when this is going to end. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked.